Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at a Dime Novel Legends action figure. It's the Cavalry Officer. He is brand new. I just got him in the mail yesterday. I am so excited for this figure. This will be the second action figure from Dime Novel Legends, or Chicken Fried Toys, that I've gotten. Look at this packaging. Is it not really cool? And it looks just like what you would think something from the old West would look like. This figure, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get this figure open and flip it around so you can see the back real quick. Here we've got a few things that you could disregard. You don't need to pay attention to a lot of this stuff. I mean, it's showing the coming summer of 2020. We all know shipping is a little bit behind, so this is the cross sale for when this figure was supposed to be coming out, and that's fine. Here's a little bit about the Cavalry Officer, company info, Chicken Fried Toys, and a really cool thank you. Well, without further ado, let's get this figure opened up, and I'm going to warm him up just a little bit before we actually do the review, because I don't want him to break on camera, and I highly recommend, if you have this figure or you're getting this figure, to go ahead and warm it up just a little bit, because this figure is a little bit expensive and you don't want it to break. Be right back. Alright, so I have a quick confession to make. I actually didn't warm him up in water. Once I got him out of the package, I kind of manipulated his arms and legs a little bit, and he seemed to be moving pretty good. With that said, I'm also going to be kind of careful because I didn't warm him up. Not saying you have to, not saying the figures are guaranteed to break if you don't, but it's just some of the smaller companies, you have to warm the figures up sometimes so you don't break them. I don't really understand the reasoning, like if it's hot or cold or whatever. I'm not going to get into it. That's just the case with some of the smaller companies. So with that, here is the Cavalry Officer. I have been waiting, I don't know, not quite 2 years, maybe like a year and a half or something. I ordered this figure way back in 2020, and there's been a problem happening in the world that we won't get into. But finally, in 2022, here he is. Here is this really awesome, cool Cavalry Officer. He comes with a few accessories, and I will zoom in here as best as I can so you can see them. He comes with a secondary helmet, secondary head with the sunglasses. Gosh, this dude looks awesome. And he comes with a cavalry hat. Nice blue with a little yellow rope around it. He comes with, and I apologize, I don't know guns. Is this a 6-shooter? It's a revolver? You can tell me in the comments because I don't know guns, but it doesn't really matter because this is a really cool looking little gun. And he comes with a knife. I should probably look at the silver shine on that. Maybe it's just my lights, but man. And all these items fit on his person. He also comes with a Chicken Fried Toy figure stand. Has 3 pegs for multiple pose abilities and the really awesome Chicken Fried Toys logo. And if we flip it around to the back, it just has some information there for you. But we are here to look at this really awesome action figure. So there's a few things I noticed. He's got a loose bandana, so when you pop the head off like this, it's pretty easy. It just pops off. Want to be careful where you're holding this figure because this might fall off at the same time. Since we have the head off, might as well put the secondary head on. Doesn't he look cool? He is looking slick in those. Are those historically accurate shades? I don't know. It doesn't matter. What I do know is this is an homage to a G.I. Joe figure that will be unnamed, but I will happen to, in our height comparison, show you what he looks like next to a G.I. Joe O-ring action figure from the 90s. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's definitely a different height scale, but I think the Cavalry Officer here looks pretty good, don't you? We could slide his hat on so you could see how well. Look at that. I mean, it may, from my position, it may be kind of a pour, but come on, look at that. He's just getting decked out. Let's give him his weapon in his right hand there, because now he does have, looks like a little bit, his fingers are separate from the rest of the hand. I'm going to pull this up there a little bit. And so we'll see if this gloved finger can actually get in the trigger hole. Seems like it's a little tight, like it might not get right in there. But that's all right. For the purpose of this video, I'll let you figure that out on your own. For the purpose of this video, and just because it looks like he's holding it strangely, we'll just do this for now. And hold him up, partner, whatever. Stick him up, whatever. And the knife will slide right here into the right side. Okay, let's talk about these belts. I've only ever done one Dime Novel Legends figure before, and that was right here, the Texas Ranger. And I've got to say, I just love this little cowboy guy. He is so cool. Now, these are not figures you're going to probably play. Okay, I play with figures, I open them up and everything, but they're probably not going to be figures you play with. Not really. These are just really cool. The attention to detail. Let's talk about this guy. We already talked about this dude. But the attention to detail, I think, is really great. And it's worth the price, I think. These are a little bit higher. They are $35 plus shipping. And a quick plug to the Chicken Fried Toy website store. He does still have some of these action figures available. I think last I looked on the website, there was like about 27. I'm looking it up here real fast. It says there are 27 in stock for $35. It might be $10 or so shipping. I can't remember for sure. But don't let that deter you because because these are really pretty cool. The gun will slide right there, so he has a bit of a cross draw. Tuck it in just right there. That's really cool. Oh, I was going to say, one thing I really do like about these figures, the belts are so awesome. They really are. They're not just molded belts. Stick them up, man. Yeah, stick them up there. So let's look at the belt here. So not only can the belt, it looks like, be taken off. He's got a really cool, can I zoom in here on that? The belt buckle says US right there. Just the little bits of detail. So cool. Anyway, more about the belt is that these attachments actually slide. They're hold or whatever onto the belt, and you can slide these things around. And these are very, very neat. I really like this. Now, this chest piece is kind of, it snags a little bit here, and I don't want to yank on. I don't know if this is affixed. I think there are some removable vests on some of his other figures, and I'm not sure if in order to get them on, you have to glue them on, so I'm not about to take this and try to yank it off, but I do notice that the corners are a bit snaggable, if that's a word. Also, on his shoulders, he's got these, forgive me, I do not know my Civil War history to the point of uniform details, so I apologize if you know what I don't. But these pieces here on the shoulders, they're kind of loose. Not loose, but they're snaggable. And so you might want to be careful. This is another reason they're not really play toys. These are more display toys. You can get a bunch of these things and set up a little reenactment or something. You can do some really neat stuff with these. And so these are going to be snaggable, so you want to be careful about those. He's got all the same ports, whatever, of articulation as most figures do. So his arms will rotate at the shoulder. They will lift up all the way. His rotation at the elbow as well as a hinge. There is a rotation at the wrist. There is a hinge, but because of the gloves, and I'm not pushing it right now, I'll probably warm this guy up in water later, but I'm not getting a lot of range of motion out of the hinge at the wrist. He's got, I'm guessing it's like the other figures, there's a ball joint here at the waist, so it lets you swivel him around. He can rotate, he can move all over the place. And then if you want him to do the splits, he does them quite well. He can sit down and he can go back about that far. There's nothing at the thigh. These figures don't have that. There is a double joint, pin joint at the knee, so he can use his boots to kick his own rear end if you need to. And something different with this figure that wasn't on the Texas Ranger. I don't know if each figure is designed a little bit different or what exactly, but what's different with this figure is there's a hinge and a rotation down here at the ankle, and I'm really surprised about that because the Texas Ranger doesn't have that. Now, because of the way the boots are designed, I'm not getting a lot of range of motion. Again, I might need to warm this thing up. It moves a little bit, but I'm not going to stress it. I'm not going to push it right now because I like this figure. I like him a lot, and he can fit right here on his figure stand. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Pop his head off. Let's get the shades off, and I kind of want to watch F Troop right now. I kind of want to watch something with Civil War related stuff. Look at this dude. Look at this Cavalry dude. Oh, man. Now, I mentioned earlier he does still have some for sale. I'll bring the package in here real quick. It does say at the bottom right corner there are 2,250 pieces made of this figure. I'm not sure if that is still accurate. I'm going to assume it is. So these are pretty limited, and that's another reason for the little bit higher cost. But man, you know, these are not Fortnite here. Let's just bring this guy in. These are not Fortnite figures where they are mass produced on such a global scale to bring the price down. So these are definitely premium action figures. I'm just going to stand a few. Here's a female Fortnite figure. Here is a Zyka Riot Troop O-Ring figure. Here's a Halo Marine. Here's a Fresh Monkey Fiction Larry Hama figure. I think that scale's pretty good. I think his head's down a little bit. Maybe we'll take the hat off. We'll take the hat off now. So he's a little bit taller, but that's all right. Some people are taller than others. Here's Boss Fight Darvold. Here's a Marauder Gunrunner figure. Spin Master Batman. So he's a little bit shorter. We have Sergeant Stone from G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. And we have Agent Helix, female G.I. Joe Modern Anniversary. And finally, Master Chief, because most of these figures you're going to display with. I'm just showing you kind of height-wise, if you have some of these figures and you don't have a Dime Novel Legends figure, about what you're going to expect height-wise. Oh, man. Yeah, this guy is so great. Let's try the gun in his left hand. I'm sure it's meant for the right because he's got a cross draw and it's on the left side. So it means the right hand's going to come down and draw the gun out. Doesn't mean the right hand can't hand the left hand a gun. There we go. He's looking for trouble. Or he's looking to save the prairie or something. I don't know. Put his hat up a little bit. Oh my goodness, this guy is so freaking cool. Oh man, I am enjoying this figure. Oh, I want to get more of these figures. I really do. Like I said, they're a little expensive, on the expensive side, but they are so worth it. Oh man, here's the Texas Ranger again, holding his rifle. Yeah, these guys are great. You really, if you like this style of figures, if you like this era, I really highly recommend you take a look at Chicken Fried Toys, the Dime Novel. There are so many more. These, let's get this cross sale up here. I'm just going to show it to you here real quick. For those who don't know, I'm going to back my camera up. But right here, for those who don't know, there's some... These figures, if I understand it, have just recently been available within the last few months. So we've got a few of these guys up here. This is one of my favorites. I really got to get this guy. This is the Gold Prospector. I really like the look of this guy. And if you've seen a few Westerns, you might recognize this guy right here. This, actually, from what I understand, this one is sold out, unless you know where to get it. And there's a few other guys. Just these... Love these cowboys. Love the Western-themed figures. I love military. I really like Fortnite. There is something special about Western, Wild West action figures. There is just there's a special place, I think, in a lot of people's hearts. I'm going to wrap this up before I bore you to tears. But these are really great action figures. They really are. They're great for display, not for play. At least not rough play. I wouldn't get them and hand them to your kids. If they're very young, it actually does specify on the box, 25 plus. Oh, it's not going to focus in there because I wasn't on automatic focus. But anyway, it does say 25 plus adult collectible. So these are really not for young kids. So don't get them for young kids. Just get them for you. Enjoy them. And I'm out of here. This is the end. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit that like. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next video.